Hey guys, I'm Django Fett, and today I'm going to do something different. It's what I've been doing nowadays, doing different things other than my Star Wars comic book stuff. So please be on the lookout for that as well. But I want to do something different and just pose a question to you guys. Like, are you guys excited for Assassin's Creed 4? I know I am, because I've been waiting for this game, this one game alone, all year. The rest of the games, not so much. I mean, this was a big game year, Grand Theft Auto 5, Watch Dogs is coming out soon, Call of Duty. Don't get me started on Call of Duty. But those games, I wasn't excited for. I didn't really care about those games at all. Assassin's Creed 4 has been on the top of my list since January of this year, I've been waiting for this game all year. I've been pumped for this game. I pre-ordered this game, and I just can't wait for this game. It's going to be awesome. And just seeing all the videos, the pictures for it, they look amazing, and people have been downplaying this game as going to be another Assassin's Creed 3, but this game looks completely different. It looks awesome as hell, and I just don't see it being a bad game. I just don't. This looks like a great game. I don't know how they're going to do the story, continuing it off with Desmond. I hope they don't touch with that, because that's not the important stuff. I mean, it's getting confusing now, and what happened to him in Assassin's Creed 3, the end of that was just, that was just awful. The ending for that was just really, really bad. Terrible ending. Just one of the worst endings I've ever seen in a video game, other than Mass Effect 3. And it was just an awful, awful ending for Assassin's Creed 3. And I thought it would just end it and then maybe, continue with some new stuff. But no, it's continuing off with this, I don't know, the storyline, and they're probably going to have 4, 5, and 6. But I guess depending on how they do with 4, they should do something with Edward, and maybe continue it off and say like Assassin's Creed 4 Retribution or something, and continuing off with Edward, and have another story with him, and maybe he's older this time, and do something like that. But but first off, I always want to talk about Assassin's Creed and the legacy of Assassin's Creed and how great these freaking games are. I mean, I can't just emphasize how great these games are. So I just want to start off with the timeline, and this time I'm not going to show my face, my ugly ass face this time. So I just want to show you the pictures and show you just the slideshow, and each time I go through it. So first off, I just want to talk about the first game, Assassin's Creed 1. This is the game that started off the Assassin's Creed series. Now this game was great. Game was great, absolutely fantastic at that time. This game had everything, and it was freaking new as hell, and the combat was great. The character not so much. Altair was just a subdued guy. He didn't really talk that much, and you didn't really have a connection with him. But other than that, the story was awesome. The game was freaking awesome as hell, and it just connected with the present time character Desmond with his ancestor Altair, and it was cool just revisiting his past, and just being a part of that. It's pretty cool. The story was awesome. The ending was okay, and the combat was fun, and it was just a great game. It was like a stealth base, and you could free roam, and you can just run around buildings, just go on top of buildings, just jump off, and have a good time at it. It was addicting, man. And Assassin's Creed 1 was just underrated as hell. I don't think it got that much praise as it should have been, because it started a freaking whole chain of awesome Assassin's Creed games. And Assassin's Creed 1 started it off, and it just didn't get as much praise as it should have had. And it was a great game. Now the next game is Assassin's Creed 2, and this is personally one of my favorite games of all time. Assassin's Creed 2 was awesome. Story's awesome. Characters are awesome. You know, there might be a little bit of bugs every now and then, but this game was great. Graphics were great at this time. Story was awesome. The ending was freaking awesome as hell. One of the most mind-blowing endings. Desmond had this other ancestor you've revisited. In the second game, his name was Ezio. Yeah, the Italian Ezio. And you visit the Borgias and investigate the history behind it, because if you read about this history or look at the show, like check out the show Borgias, I'm probably going to check it out. My mom actually checked it out, and she actually really liked the show, and it's a really dark show. It showed like the torture of the Borgias and the corruption behind them when they were popes and stuff like that. And it's really dark history, and it's really cool seeing that connect in the Assassin's Creed games. You know, it's not as dark as it is in real life, like the history of it, but it's still a good premise of it. And it continues off with the Borgias off when Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. But 2 was fantastic. Fantastic characters. I can't name a bad thing about this game. This game was fantastic as hell. You visited these other towns, these other cities, I should say, and the music is just, oh my god, fantastic. Characters are awesome. I mean, I can't say a bad thing about it, man. It's just great. The story's awesome. Everything is great about this game. And this game started just a whole chain of other great Assassin's Creed games as well. I mean, Assassin's Creed 1 was great as hell, but Assassin's Creed 2 was by far one of the best all-around games. And even, but the thing is, it's not one of my favorites, and I don't think it's even the best compared to Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Yeah, I said it. I think Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is the best Assassin's Creed game. You might call me crazy or whatnot, but I loved the game. The characters were even better than this time. The villains were even better. The main villain was just a fucking dick, man, and you really, really hated him compared to the other guy, Rodrigo Borgia, in the second game, the game previous. But in Brotherhood, you controlled other characters. I mean, like, you sent out other assassins. You seen other assassins. You wanted to get revenge this time badly. You wanted to get revenge, like, even more. In Assassin's Creed 2, his life progressed, like, rapidly. But in Brotherhood, it's just, like, one era of his time. And you have more of a connection with this character this time around. The villains are more emphasized in this game. You know, it might be this... People have said this is like the same thing as Assassin's Creed 2, and you know, it's pretty much it. You know, that's, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna argue with you, but the content is great. It's just more of Assassin's Creed 2 built into it, and there's nothing wrong with that. And Assassin's Creed 2 was just addicting as hell, and I just wanted to just continue that addiction off with Brotherhood and Revelations. And this time, Brotherhood is just one city. It's Rome. But it's a big-ass city. It's a big-ass city. And you visit other guilds, and you liberate other towers, and it's just addicting as hell. Just liberating these other towers, jumping off the towers at the end, just like seeing the whole background. The world is just beautiful as hell. You know, the Assassin's Creed 2 the Assassin's Creed 2 ending was just mind-blowing as hell. But Assassin's Creed 2 Brotherhood's ending was just as good too. That ending was just like, what the fuck, you know? I don't want to spoil it, but it was just a crazy ass ending. It just continued that crazy ass endings, and you know, Revelations didn't do it though. But Assassin's Creed 2 Brotherhood, but man, that was just a great fucking game, man. And so personally, I think Assassin's Creed 2 Brotherhood was the best, and it was my favorite. I mean, everybody has their own opinion on this. You know, you don't have to agree with everybody else's opinion. So the next game is Assassin's Creed 2 Revelations. This continued on with Ezio's story. I mean, it also did the same thing with Brotherhood as well, but it made Ezio become older, but he still kicked ass, and it better graphics this time, and It's in this whole other world. It's in another city. It's Constantinople, and you see that conflict between the Byzantines, which were the previous settlers, and the Ottomans, the Turkish people. And you see that conflict between these two groups. And the Ottomans, I liked how the Ottomans are the Templars. They're the evil. They're the more evil group. And it's a mix with the Turks also. But I like how the Byzantines are considered as the Templars at that time. It's pretty cool. I thought the story was okay. The villains were okay. It was a bit of a downgrade compared to Brotherhood, but it was still good all around good game. Characters were okay. Ezio was still badass as hell. I still love Ezio. Ezio is one of my favorite characters of all time in a video game. Say what you want, but I just think he was one of the best, especially in 2 and Brotherhood. Revelations, he was more of the headmaster, and it was just great seeing this beautiful ass world. I mean, look at these fucking pictures. I mean, tell me they're not beautiful as hell. But it was a nice place to visit. It wasn't Italy. I know that it's not Italy, or we're not back to Italy or whatever. But still, it was a really cool new city. It's just one city. But I mean, there was these bombs or whatever. But I thought they were stupid as hell. I didn't have to use them that much at all. I relied on my hook and blade and stuff like that. That was pretty cool to see. The hook and blades and stuff like that. I wanted to mention Assassin's Creed 2 Brotherhood had the best combat in the game by far. The combat was easier. You could see the health of the enemies. And in Assassin's Creed 2, you didn't see the health. The combat was hard as hell, but I liked the challenge of it too at the same time. So Revelations was an okay game. I mean, it was still a good game, but it wasn't as great as Brotherhood or 2. The next game is Assassin's Creed 3. Now this game, in my opinion, came out too soon. It had an era which I just didn't think was a good era to put in for an Assassin's Creed game. It was the American Revolutionary War between the Americans and the British in the 1700s. I mean, the premise sounded good, but I just think the execution of it wasn't as good. The new character, Connor, is subpar. He's the weakest of all characters, in my opinion. You could say Altair as well. Yeah, I understand that. But he just doesn't do shit. He doesn't talk, doesn't say anything. He doesn't respond in like a witty way like Ezio. You didn't feel a connection to Connor at all. And I just didn't like the story. I mean, I like the twist that his father was a Templar, and that was pretty cool to see. But just the story, the ending was horrible as fuck. I fucking hated that fucking ending. The story was mediocre, but the best part of the game, surprisingly, was the naval combat. I mean, this wasn't even supposed to be in the game at all, and they just put it in there. And they had these awesome naval combat, and it was awesome as hell, freaking awesome. Loved it, and I just wanted to do more and more of these missions as they went on. You fired upon forts, you fought against other ships, man of wars. Man of wars are tough sons of bitches, man. Hard to beat, but and I like how Assassin's Creed 4 is continuing that trend with the naval combat. So I'm glad that they're doing that. But Assassin's Creed 3, also another great feature of the game was the combat. The combat was the best of all the Assassin's Creed games, surprisingly. And the combat was really fun to do. It's the same thing, attack, counter, throw a blade or whatever, but it's still easier to do, and it was a lot more fun and engaging. And you could see like Ezio Connor do all these brutal kills and attacks, and it was really fun, cool to see. And it was there was a lot to do in this game. This game was really long, but it just wasn't as engaging as Assassin's Creed 2, and I thought it was a bit of a disappointment. I thought it was an okay game at best. The ending was just horrible as fuck. Don't get me started on that fucking ending, man. It was just horrible. If you said that was a good ending, then you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I think the ending for Assassin's Creed 3 was just a ploy so they could have more games. Just the 4, 5, and 6, because they didn't know what to fucking do at that time. And I think, in my opinion, they should have done fucking ninjas, man. Fucking ninjas, okay? Do another character, the Animus shit. I don't even understand it anymore. It's just getting so fucking confusing now. Of the Animus shit. Of the present. I don't even know what the fuck's gonna happen in the present for Assassin's Creed 4. It's just, I hope they don't even mention that at all. Just do the pirate stuff. Don't mention Desmond at all, or whoever the fuck is gonna control him. Just don't even mention that shit. But anyway, Assassin's Creed 3, there was a lot of content into it, but it was just, I didn't want to do any of that stuff. You know, poker or chess or whatever the fuck it was. It was an okay game, and I think it was just one of the most disappointing of all the Assassin's Creed games. If they had more time with it, like they did with Assassin's Creed 4, which looks great, we'll see how it is. We'll see how the game is. But Assassin's Creed 3, they just, after, Assassin's Creed Revelations, a year afterwards, they made Assassin's Creed 3. And that really shocked me. I was like, give this game more time, because I don't think it'll do that good. And I was right. It was just, it was a disappointment. And I just thought Connor was one of the weakest of all the characters, honestly. So I just wanted to get Assassin's Creed 3 out of the way. Now I want to mention Assassin's Creed 4. This game looks awesome. I can't name a bad thing about this game. The only thing I'm really concerned about is the character, the main character, Edward Kenway. I don't know if I'll feel a connection with him. Honestly, I don't. He looks really cool, but I don't know. I have a bad feeling. As Han Solo would say, I have a bad feeling about this. I just don't know how it's gonna play out. I think he looks awesome. He looks engaging. That's good. He's engaging with everyone, other people, his crew, and your ship is your crew. I mean, is another character in itself, and that's a cool feature that they put, that they emphasized in the new Assassin's Creed game. So I like how they did that as well. But I'm just feeling iffy about this new character, Edward, and I just don't know much about him, We'll find out in the game, but, I'm having my doubts right now. But Assassin's Creed 4 looks awesome as hell. The graphics look freaking amazing. It's also going to be on Xbox One and PS4 for the next generation. I'm going to get it now. I want to get I have a 360. I don't plan on getting another system for another year. Honestly, I'm not. But Assassin's Creed 4 looks awesome as hell. The graphics look amazing. The gameplay looks engaging as hell. There's a lot to do. There's more emphasis on the ship and the strong part of Assassin's Creed 3. And they're putting that in Assassin's Creed 4. They're putting the more stuff into Assassin's Creed. They're putting the stuff from Assassin's Creed 3 to Assassin's Creed 4 with the naval combat. And they're really emphasizing about it. And I love the era. Assassin's Creed 4, that's even better than the Revolutionary War. The pirate era. That just sounds cool as hell, and I think it fits with the new Assassin's Creed game. The Revolutionary War, however, I didn't see it. I didn't see it fitting with Assassin's Creed at all. I just didn't see it, and it didn't work. In my opinion. But with Assassin's Creed 4, it's a perfect era. Pirates, So about the multiplayer, they're saying, oh, why didn't they do ship combat? I didn't really think about it until now. Ship combat for a multiplayer would be freaking awesome as hell. It would be awesome. but it would just be so much that they had to worry about at the same time that they worried about the multiplayer as well as single player, and this game would take longer. I want a good single player game, and that's what Assassin's Creed is. It's all about the single player experience, not so much the multiplayer. But Assassin's Creed 3, there was also a strong emphasis on multiplayer, and it worked too. It was really fun. And Assassin's Creed 4 continues off with Assassin's Creed 3 multiplayer, and it looks really fun too. And you know, people are complaining, why isn't there ship combat? It's stupid as hell. I don't think it's stupid as hell. I think it looks awesome. I mean, so what if they didn't have time for that? You know, they've been working this game. They've been working their butts off on this game. Okay, after that Assassin's Creed 3 debacle, man. This game looks awesome as hell. You can tell they put their heart and effort into this game. So you guys better freaking appreciate this fucking game. I know I will. And this is the game I've been waiting for like all year. You can also go underwater in this game as well, which I don't know much about. I just have to experience it as it goes on. But the underwater parts look awesome as hell, beautiful as hell. Like going underwater in a game, in a video game, ever. I've never seen it in any game look as beautiful as that. This game looks impressive as hell. I can't wait for this. This game is coming out in 3 weeks or 2 weeks. This game is coming out in 3 weeks, and I just can't wait for this game. It's gonna be awesome as hell. I know it. This game should have been Assassin's Creed 3. If they had waited longer, instead of just pushing out like Assassin's Creed 3 with the Revolutionary War, they could have had a good product. Instead, they pushed it out too early, and it became a buggy mess all as well. Yeah, Assassin's Creed 3 was a buggy mess. It really was when it first came out. You know, you can say all about the patches and stuff like that, but still, when the initial release has bugs, it's not good. It's not good at all. And we're gonna complain as hell. We, the consumers, have the right to complain as hell that they didn't give us a finished product. Okay, we spent $60 on a game. We as hell can complain about this fucking game if it's not good. I really do think it's gonna be a great game. Edward, I'm just not sure about. We'll see how the game plays out, but I think he's gonna be a good character. It's gonna be cool seeing the other characters as well, the other pirates, and like I don't know much about the pirate history. I just know Blackbeard, that's his name. That's about it. But I want to know more about the history, and that's the great thing about Assassin's Creed games, because they teach you history as the games progress, and you want to learn more about the history, like looking up on Wikipedia or Google, and that's the cool thing about these games. You know, Assassin's Creed 2 had that big emphasis on that with the Borgias, and I had to look all about the history, and it's just cool as hell, and it's just scary as hell at the same time learning about the Borgias. But it was cool learning about this new history, and I hope Assassin's Creed 4 emphasizes like learning about this history as well. But Assassin's Creed 4 looks awesome as hell. I want to get your thoughts. Are you excited as hell for Assassin's Creed 4? Fuck, man, I know I am. I just can't wait for this fucking game. It's gonna be awesome as hell. If it's not, you guys can complain in the comments below, or even like, man. I mean, if it's a great game or if it's a bad game, you know, comment below. Just let me know. I'm probably gonna do a review of this game as well, but we'll see how this progresses. As soon as I complete the game, I'll try to do a review. Please like, comment, and I would really appreciate it if you guys could please subscribe to my channel as well. And I hope to see you guys again. And I hope to do more Assassin's Creed stuff as well. And you know, I just love these freaking games, man. And I just hope this is a really good game. And I really do think it's going to be a great game. So I'll see you guys next time. Peace.